Hello and welcome to Oxford Sandy and Black Pig Group roundup for 2023. You'll know me as Andrew O'Shea from many of the videos you see, but just going to give you an update on how far the charity's come and some of the key objectives that we achieved in 2023. So we've got a little presentation to run alongside with you. Just want to go through who the people that contribute to the charity and who we all are. So we have Kim Brooke. Everyone knows Kim. She's the founder of the group and the charity. And myself, I'm now chair. I was made chair back in the summer. It was proposed by Kim and agreed on by the other trustees. And then we have Christopher Moss and Lisa Corcoran, which you probably all know and seen on the group, and Jane Carter, who is our secretary, takes all our meeting minute notes, etc. You all know her from Rycroft Rare Breeds. And then people that have helped us along the way, we have Natalie Revitt, who designed and put together our fundraising packs and looks after those things, and you would have seen her as well on the book-alongs that we've had. And then we have Lachlan Nesbitt, Catherine Green-Smith, who's quite popular on the book-along videos. She also designed our pork labels that are free. And on top of that, she compiled the Porklicious cookbook, with all our supporters' recipes in. So that's been great. Thank you for that. And Tracy Crabb also help in the background with various bits and pieces. So that's us as the core team. There are other people, but you're probably aware of as well along the way. So look at some of the key things we've got. So if we look at many of you have seen and looked on the website, our breeders and producers map, and you'll see that, there's quite a lot of people on our map. And if you're there looking to find meat weaners, for example, breeding stock with lots of people all over the country, or hire a boar, or inquire about some pork, there's loads of that. People across the country, we keep it updated regularly, so the information there is very useful, as long as if you're after particular bloodline as well, you can through the map filter on the various bloodlines. So if you were looking for an Elsey example, you could filter down to all the breeders that have an Elsey bloodline and potentially reach out to them if you were looking to move with that particular bloodline. So if we now go forward and look at the farrowings, you'll have noticed over the years, that should be the fourth year in a row that we've captured the farrowing stats. We ask you to feed back to us on all your lovely farrowings of the Oxfords, just to give us an idea of what's happening out there. So this is the view of 2023, and you'll see it's been a busy year with litters all the way across. December this year very strong compared to previous years, but on the whole you'll see there's a very good balance of litters. If we look at it as a trend across the year, you'll see that 1,635 piglets born this year from 194 litters, and you'll see that there are slightly more boars than there are gilts. It's about 54% to the gilts, 54% to the boars and 46% to the gilts. And then if we look at take that data and look at it at a regional perspective, you'll see that there's 15 farrowings in Scotland, 19 in Wales, Central Region with 34, North with 32, Anglia, which is with 8, and then down in the south and the southwest is where the majority of the farrowings are, and that's always been the same in previous years, but we haven't seen quite as many. We've seen more this year. So we've seen more in Scotland and Wales than we have, and up north as well. It's good to see that spread moving up with the country compared to previous years. And just to give you an idea of the split of the bloodlines, have been used. You'll see that Cynthia is the most popular bloodline used this year, going all the way around to the bottom three. That's probably a good focus point for looking for bloodlines are the Elsie, the Duchess, and the Mary. On that particular side, and on the boar front, you'll see that Jack and Alistair are the main boars used, and we could do with some work around pushing Clarence and Alexander lines around our breeding stock. So talking of breeding stock, it brings us on to the GSA program. Many of you know about the GSA program. We offer some money towards to support you, to encourage you to travel further, to further enable the geographic spread of our bloodlines and to diversify them. So since we launched this in 2020, we've had 28 applications. We've paid out almost £5,000 to support these moves, with 46 pigs moved, and a lot of miles covered, as you'll see there. And if we look at the bloodlines that have moved, you see that we've moved the bloodline from every single pig. Sorry, we've moved pigs on every single bloodline that we have. And you'll see, key ones this year are Alistair, Jack, Lady, and Iris and Duchess, and they're key because over the last 18 months or so, they're actually ones that we've pushed and supported to move up into Scotland, which has been key for us. Another objective we started in 2022 and 23 was gathering stats on. No one else does this on like a breed specific level, so we've been capturing carcass information and how people use the OSB pork they have. So you'll see across the 2 years here. So far we've captured in less than 2 years, because we didn't start until probably second quarter of 2022. Almost 27 tons of pork have been produced, which is amazing from the 359 records that we have. And you'll see there that the average ratio is around 80% return from live weight to dead weight, which is good from that perspective. And you'll see that the average live weight, the average dead weight of Oxford carcasses that went off in 2023 was 71 kilos, which is a nice prime carcass to have. And then we've also been looking at how people use their pork, and you'll see the split there. Obviously, sausages making up 10% of the pork we use, which is not surprising really. That and bacon and roasting joints and chops are all key players in what people want. But then people also want the cheeks and the offals used as well quite a bit, and the trotters are used mainly, I think, probably for obtaining the gelatine from it for making things like pork pies and stuff like that. So you'll see some real nice key data there. Streaky bacon, very popular as well. I myself prefer the back bacon. And then this year was the third year that we'd run our awards. And with the awards, our supporters put forward throughout the year, people that you'd like to see win the award, and then we close that around November time, and we open up for voting when everyone gets to vote independently to pick their favourite pork producer and pig excellence person from that. So it's completely independent. We have no skew on that. It's really your voice that puts forward who gets these awards. So in 2021, that was won by Kat and Kieran Rosenblade of Ruark's Farm in Ireland. Last year was Rycroft's Rare Breeds, which is Mike and Jane Carter. And in that picture, there's their daughter, Lucy. And then this year, the winner was South Paddocks, Katie and Matthew Cooper, who have done, lots of events this year, produced some amazing products. And also been out there at shows promoting the charity as well, which is nice to see. moving on to the Pig Excellence Award. So the first year that was run by Catherine Green Smith. Then last year was Lisa DeCoran, and then this year was Stuart and Kim Cook, which are based in Ireland, in County Cork. So I just want to cover off on some of the other things that we give you that's all for free, really, are the tools that we have on our website. So we have the pork cutting list that's there on our website. We have the flouring calculator. There's a dry cure guide that's there to help you with the pre-mixed cures rather than your own individual cures. The pig weight calculator, which a lot of people use, very popular hit when we look at our statistics, along with the abattoir checklist, standstill tool. That again, it's very popular purely because it can get a bit confusing sometimes whether you've got pigs or sheep, what's moving on and what's moving off. There's an abattoir and butcher's map that's been put together by people that have told us which abattoirs and butchers they've used, to really who you've used and who you've recommended, and that's how we manage it. And then there's the feed calculator to sort of help you with working out how much feed you'll need to order, etc. And we also have got most of those tools on our app, which is available on the Android Play Store. So, sorry, the Google Play Store, but it's only available on Android devices. So another very popular item that we produce is our stock list, which goes out. It's been running since March 2021. We sent out almost 150 stock lists issued, and they're issued on a weekly basis at 7 o'clock on a Friday evening. And if you want to get the stock list and you don't get it, just pop along to our website, oxfordsandyandblackpiggroup.org, and you'll see there in the top right corner where you can subscribe to our mailing lists, whether that's for our magazine and news or just for the stock list. And we found homes for 2,754 OSB pigs. I mean, the vast majority of those are meat weaners, but there's been a fair amount of moving breeding stock as well as a result of this. So, and at the moment, the audience is around 450 people that get that stock list on a daily basis. So, if you are a breeder and have stock and I'm aware of this, let Kim or I know that you've got something available, and we'll get it on the next stock list for you. What stems on from sort of the email thing is the quarterly magazines that we've been producing. I mean, we started in summer 2022 with these. Again, it's a very popular medium, and it kind of brings together all the information that's on the Facebook groups and all into one place, and we get view from other people's perspectives. So there's something that we do on a quarterly basis called Farming Through the Eyes of a Child, and it's nice to see that young children are getting involved with pigs. I think that's fantastic. And the plethora of news in there as well, and bits and pieces. Again, you can subscribe to our website, but this goes out to over 600 people. This particular magazine is digital, it's online. So pop to the website and subscribe. If you want a back copy, please just drop me an email. Email hello@oxfordsandy@piggroup.org, and we'll get you the magazines. Now I want to look at how well we're sort of perceived and seen across social media. So we're going to start with YouTube, right? So in 2023 alone, we had over 2,500 views. Some 106 hours of our content was viewed throughout 2023. But if we look at it as a whole, since we launched the channel, and we really only started pushing the channel in 2020, we've had over 8,500 views, 460 hours of videos have been watched, and there's a vast content on there. And it's not just through links that we provide out to the videos. You'll see that people are finding our videos through general YouTube searches or from an internet search, which is good to see that our content's getting found generically rather than what we're also just promoting on social media. And just to give you an idea of the sort of top few videos, I mean, the slap marking video just happens to be the one that I did, 1.6 thousand views or 1,600 views. And then you've got very popular dish of the OSB liver and bacon casserole that was done by Catherine Green Smith, had over 1,000 views. And our butchery series are hitting over 400 views per video. There's a lot of content out there on my YouTube channel. I do suggest that you pop along, and the more subscribers we get, the more benefit that we as a charity can potentially get with various YouTube streams, YouTube programs. So if you're not a subscriber, please do pop over to it's basically go to youtube.com/c/OSBPG. That'll take you to our page. Please do subscribe and hit the notification icon, and you'll be made aware of up and coming videos and any new videos, etc. Then there's our podcast, which is we use a service called Podbean. Again, that's been running since about 2020, 2019. We've had over 2,000 downloads of our podcast, which I think is amazing. And you'll see the quite popular ones at the top there. History of the OSB is very popular. That was our first ever podcast. But one of the ones that I'm glad to see at the top is It's All About the Lysine, which is a talk that we had with a lady called Victoria Phillips. Was talking about the key part of feeding pigs properly and how to get the best out of your pigs, and how lysine and nutrition play a key part in that. So that's a very popular one, along with the breed standards and various other bits and pieces. Again, there's a link to this on our website, so you can go and subscribe, and you can go back over the history of the 30 episodes that we have. And I looked at the stats to see how far and wide and spread it is, and you'll see people are listening to our podcasts all over the world. Chile, Canada, Austria, Sweden, Mexico, South Korea, Taiwan. I mean, it's just amazing that it's people that far and wide are tuning in and listening to the charity's work and the content that we put out there. And then that brings us on to Facebook. So if we look at Facebook, 2,500 members on our main Facebook group. We've got 1,300 members on our pork group. About almost 1,000 followers following our page. And then you get onto Instagram, and we've got 650 followers there, lots of posts. And then if we look at the stats to see how interactive our channels are on social media. Unfortunately, I'm only allowed to, it only limits you to pull data over a 60-day period. But just to give you an idea that, on a daily basis, active across all the groups is roughly around about 1,000 active members that are viewing the content that's posted in the chats. And, we're getting lots of interactions there as well. So you'll see the interactions on a daily basis around between sort of 200 and 250, which is just goes to show how widely used our social media channels and groups are. So, and a lot of the stuff we do, we can't do without sponsorship. So throughout the years, we've run various quizzes, competitions, auctions, etc. And all these companies here have supported us with one way or another by donating something to us to help promote. I mean, for example, this year's Christmas competition was the Pig Art from Contented Products. Last year, Duchy Charcuterie gave us a nice charcuterie box that went off on one of our auctions. Lisa Twyman it's produced lots of crystal for us. Excuse me. The Muck Boot Company have given us lots of boots that we've auctioned off as well. Not Smoked have been great in sponsoring our previous competitions, as Westenfelder and Luke and Lucas, etc. So we couldn't do it without those. So a big thank you to all our sponsors and all those that I haven't mentioned that do little bits of stuff in the background as well. Thank you very much. We couldn't do it without your generosity, and that's much appreciated. And then that brings us on really to what we actually did in 2023 from a sort of an education perspective, which is one of our key objectives. So, I mean, we had exhibition tents at Somerset County, North Devon and Mid Devon, where there were thousands of people that come through the tents. It wasn't just Oxford in those tents, it was all other breeds as well. But, you know, there was lots of attention to this new way of viewing pigs, opposed to the showing style. This is a lot more interactive and a lot more, and the feedback that we've had from people has just been amazing on this. And we're going to try and push that further afield in 2024. And then we've done a few college talks and talks, chats to schools, etc. And our course, for example, one of the recent ones I did here, the picture there, is the college in Wales that I talked to their students about rare breed pigs and why they're important to conserve and breed, etc. And then we were lucky enough to have Agnes Farm, which is Lloyd and Elijah Pistage up in Scotland there. They held a big Christmas fair, and Anita Withers, who's our Scottish regional rep, had a stand that promoted us and sold some of our merchandise, and that raised a fair bit of cash for our charity. So thank you to those. Thank you to Anita, thank you to Lloyd, thank you to Elijah for their support in that and promoting the charity on their event. Fantastic, thank you. So that's the year as a whole. One other thing that I'd like to sort of mention before I close is the OSB PG register. We have 50 odd members on board now on our register, giving you access to the free pork labels, creating your own pork certificates, and managing your herds and your bloodlines, and looking at the compatibility that you have with your pigs, which is fantastic. If you'd like to find out more about the register, please just drop an email to hello@oxfordsandyandblackpiggroup.org. So I think 2023 has been a fantastic year, after the isolation years of COVID, etc. It's nice to see things coming back to some kind of normality out there, and it's great to see the interactions. And I just want to thank everybody for their support and keeping the social media going and the interactions. A lot of the comments that we get about our social media platforms, people feel they can ask anything. It's a very friendly, welcoming, non-judgmental environment, and that makes me proud to be chair of the charity. The fact that is how we are perceived, and the objectives that we achieve through things like the GSA programs and stuff are very much well respected and used. So that's fantastic. And thank you to everyone that donates, buy stuff through our shop. Purchasing stuff through our shop helps us with our goals and objectives, and we couldn't give you away the free stuff that we do, like the stickers and labels, etc., without that. So thank you, wholehearted thank you to everybody that has donated to us, not just in 2023, in previous years as well. Thank you so much. Your help means a lot, and thank you to our trustees and volunteers. We do meet on a monthly basis to talk about what we're doing and plans and objectives and videos and etc. and content and more. So thank you to everyone for all their time for that as well. I'm proud to be the chair of the Oxford Sandy and Black Pig Group Foundation charity, who also in 2023 obtained charity status. I should have mentioned this before, in Scotland. So yeah, so there's a roundup of 2023 for you. I hope I haven't gone on too long. I hope you enjoy what I've told you. Any feedback, any questions, email hello@oxfordsandyandblackpiggroup.org or reach out to any of us on social media. Thank you for watching.